I got an email from Walrus Audio a couple of months ago and saying that they were basically updating their Mako pedals. Mako's a type of shark. Where's my shark? Important to have a shark there for the visual. What they're doing with these pedals is essentially they've added this little screen here and they've updated them under the hood as well. So the AC S1 now has 6 amps on it, which is quite an interesting upgrade. And the R1, I've not tried the original R1.
This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses.
So things to know about this pedal, I'm just going to grab the manual here. We've got a spring reverb, we've got a hall, we've got a plate, BFR, big effing reverb. This is more than a giant arena reverb, it's a hall-esque reverb with rich and lush decay. Refract, lovely charming and glitch-like textures hovering over a large and diffused reverb. Sounds like the sort of thing I'm going to be into. Air, the Air program offers a larger diffused reverb with a subtle shimmer but has more crisp clarity to its decay. Yeah, I'm going to show you how this sounds with the ACS1. So that's kind of the chain, is just the ACS1 into this, which is running stereo into my digital audio workstation. Let's see how this thing sounds. What else is there to tell you about it? Got MIDI in, MIDI through controls with the little kind of compact jack pedals. We've got presets on this bad boy. We've got a sus and latch switch. Yeah, and I think it's $400 at launch. Let's get into this a little bit. I've had a chance to just record that intro, and in that intro I think I used the plate, I also used refract and air, and the BFR I think was what I ended up, which stands for the B, the F word, and reverb. First of all, you get into your presets by holding this, right? So that's what we can do. So let's just start with spring. So as we set the decay on this, cool thing is we've actually got a bunch more settings than meet the eye. If you press these two buttons here, you can get some other settings like diffusion, rate, depth, etc. We'll come back to those on some other reverbs, but just wanted to give you like a little bit of a sense. Turn down the size on this spring and turn up the dwell. Okay. Quite a lot of drip there if that's what you're looking for. And you can change your kind of tone over here in your feedback EQ. So a lot of reverbs are quite dark. Right, anyway, let's put that back to where it was. You can see it's kind of got these helpful points showing you where you last had that setting, so that's kind of useful. Let's just jump to Hall a second. So, Hall. Now, one of the things that I wanted to show you could do, you can diffuse the reverb. Kind of gives you those airy tails. Another thing you can do is, of course, this thing here, which is ducking or swelling. So when you play here on duck, kind of gets out of the way whilst you're playing. Conversely, if we swell, we should. You can basically use ducking and swelling to change how you're sitting and how your kind of playing sits above that mix. So that's a really handy feature that isn't really there on most reverb pedals. So that's Hall, plate, and of course we've got pre-delay if we want it. Then we've got the BFR, which stands for big furry reverb. And again, you can change your kind of feedback EQ. We've got refract, which is basically like sort of glitchy delays and reverb. We can turn down that diffusion. Where's that? To really hear what that is doing. It's like a multi-tap delay. And then as we include the diffusion, so that's pretty cool. Again, if we could use a combination of these things like swell, and then air introduces some kind of shimmer as well, which we can actually control. Octave type pre or post. Depth, we've also got modulation. Turn the rate up on that mod. Depth. Got low and high EQ. It's just very much a full featured reverb, which is pretty straightforward to use. And you can sustain if you want to as well. I think one that should be on your radar if you're looking for a small format but very fully featured stereo reverb with presets, kind of Walrus Audio here has you covered for an awful lot of eventualities in my opinion. I'll catch you in another video soon. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Cheers to Walrus Audio for sponsoring this video. Cheers.